Welcome to LoveBytes, the show where we debug romance. Now, I am not a doctor. I am not a psychiatrist.
I am not a patient.
I don't have a degree in sociology or psychology, but what I do have is wealth of experience and a sincere desire to help you. Because sometimes love can get messy. And sometimes, if you're not careful, love bites. Hi everybody, and welcome to our episode of LoveBytes with our guest here, Julian Collins. Julian, how are you doing today?
I am good, sir. How are
Good.
you?
Glad to hear that. We're having a little bit of mic difficulties here, so we're going to have a little bit of sack in the show. Sorry guys, it's not anything we can help, but we're going to plow ahead anyway. Julian, for those people who may not have seen you on the show before, seen your other activities, tell us, who are you?
My name is Julian. I manage XD.GG League of Legends, and I also play Mafia on occasion, mostly in the League community.
Cool. And tell me, what are your qualifications for being on LoveBytes?
I was free. That's right.
So you don't have like a PhD in romance, or you're not a psychiatrist or psychologist?
No, I've been, I don't know. I don't know what really qualifies me. I think I'm a logical human being. That's what I like to think of.
All right. Well, that's about all we really accept on here. If you had some qualifications, it would make me feel awkward because I am wildly unqualified to dispense love advice. But let's hop right in to the show. Let's do our first question here. Everyone, question from anonymous caller 2024. Due to the way my mom was when I was growing up, domineering Asian tiger mom, strict, he says in quotes, I sometimes find myself freaking out when I'm attached to domineering girls. I find myself attached to the strong, dominating type, but I'm concerned that any relationship I enter will turn out badly. I already had one relationship like this with a domineering woman that ended really badly. She ended up marrying my roommate. Do you think it's impossible for me to have a healthy relationship with a commanding woman? I think I might find myself bored with passive women. Thanks. Well, wise man, I don't think the problem with your roommate or your girl marrying your roommate had much to do with her being domineering, at least not from the information you've given us. I think that just sometimes happens. Is it impossible for me to have a healthy relationship with a commanding woman? Julian, is it impossible for him to have a healthy relationship with a commanding woman?
I don't think so, actually. I think you can have a relationship with any sort of woman. It depends on what you're attracted to. It sounds like you're attracted to more domineering women. But and you said that if you would find yourself a little bit more stale with like a less or more passive one, but you don't really know that until you try. And if that's the case, then I think it'll make you a little bit more dominating. Maybe it'll allow you to control the situation a little bit better. It just sounds like that what happened was a little rough on you, which it sucks. But we all go through this sometimes. Something you get into it.
Yeah.
I don't think that has to do with her being domineering. I just think that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if maybe it does have to do with growing up with a domineering Asian tiger mom, although I've never heard that phrase before. Have you? Asian tiger mom?
No, I've heard of crouching tiger, hidden dragon. But
Yeah. Anyway, you know what? Go for it. If that's what you find attractive in a woman, you can do it. But you're going to kind of need to have either a healthy backbone to deal with someone like that, or to be the exact opposite, to be the like total, whatever you say goes, I will follow your way. Like you either need to follow or be strong enough to like lead together. You got to go one route or the other. I think if you try and go in between, like kind of be strong but kind of follow, it's just going to get messy. So either you have to match her and then be that like power couple, so to speak, or you got to be cool with like letting her walk all over you and drag you around by the balls, which some people like. And if that's how you want to live, you should absolutely do that. You should seek that out. Don't be afraid of the social stigma on that, if that's actually what you want to do with your life.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Yeah, be yourself, but you know, being with people who are very like alpha and take charge and dominate situations,
As long as you're happy,
it's an interesting area.
like be happy.
Yeah.
Like like don't surround yourself with someone who you would consider like a significant other or someone you care for who's just gonna like treat you like garbage. And if you do like if you surround yourself with people who love you and who you love, then you'll ultimately have a happier life. And you'll find attraction in those things. That makes sense.
Yeah. There you go, anonymous person. See if let me know if that helps you at all. All right. We'll hop into our next question from anonymous other caller, writer, entry person. Maybe we should get people to actually call in one of these days. How do you think? Do you think we should do that sometime?
I think that would be a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Like, it would, we'd be able to at least. It'd be like I don't know. What was that name of that lady who? Oh, I can't think of it. Dr. Laura or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be.
Maybe we should do that in the future. We can't do it today, but in the future we might set that up. Anyway, next person says, I went to BlizzCon this year. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to see you. But I have met this girl, and we ended up having sex. For me, that was just a one-night stand, but she thinks it was more. How do I tell her that I'm not interested in a relationship without being a massive dick about it? Well, you already screwed the pooch on that, bitch. It was your responsibility when you were hooking up there to be like, hey, this is just like a one-night stand. Like, you got to set the expectations from the get-go. If you fail to set the expectations for a one-night stand, you are already screwed. So, you've already made yourself into a dick. Now, the question is, how do you keep your dick small and not from being massive? We should turn to Julian, the expert on being a small dick. Not having a small dick, but being a nice guy. Recovering from social faux pas and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree with Neil where you should have like kind of like laid it before everything happened. Like, if she thinks it's more than that and you like did it like one time, you just kind of have. I mean, unless you have like some sort of connection with this girl, or you're still friends with her, or like anything like that, and there's nothing behind it. You can just be like straightforward with her because. Like you can't beat around the bush on something like that. Just be like, you know what? I'm not in the realm of being with someone right now. I can't be with you. Like that was like kind of like a one-night thing. I'm sorry if that wasn't what you were looking for. Like I don't think in this situation that you can't be. Like you're not going to come off like the bad guy. Like in this situation, you're just going to come off like the bad guy. So the best way to be is just super straightforward and just be honest with them and not lie.
Yeah.
I mean. As long as you're not going to be like, yo, bitch, you done. Like, get out. You done. You done. Like,
you sure? Like, wouldn't that give her the right idea?
I don't know. I mean, if that's how you want to be, that's how you want to be. You know, I'm just giving you the advice of what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah. Straightforward. It's brutal and it's hard, but in the end, it's kind of the nicest way to be like, hi. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I made it clear that I was just, that was a BlizzCon thing and not an ongoing thing. I'm really sorry if I gave you the impression I was leading you on. That wasn't my intent. Kind of do that. Something along those lines. So be clear, and you can like kind of apologize. I'm like, no, this is my fault. Take the blame. You're already screwed up here. The best thing you can do at this point is to hurt her feelings as little as possible. So take all the blame, say, no, this is entirely my fault. I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'll share a story, because I was in this situation before. I met this girl like a while ago, right? And it was kind of like, we had like a mutual understanding of, we kind of liked each other, but we were all in like, either I was in a relationship, she was in a relationship. We never really got to like hanging out or anything like that. And I thought she was kind of cool. So one time we actually started talking again. We had sex, and I didn't feel anything. I thought she was cool, but like it was all on a like it was a giant. I don't really know how to say it. It was just all external, right? Like, she was nice and everything like that, but I just didn't feel that one thing that everybody feels when they're in a relationship is just like that you can be with this person for a certain amount of time. And I just didn't feel that. And so, just going into it, I straight up told her, I was like, you know what, I'm sorry this all happened, but I don't feel like I can do this anymore. And I was just straightforward with her, and then immediately she, like, actually has respect for me. She was just like, okay, like, you know, I can't make you feel that, you know, and like, you can't make yourself feel something, so what's the point in like tagging them along? You're only going to hurt them. So if you come up saying like, listen, I'm sorry that happened, and I'm sorry I hurt you, but if I have to be very straightforward with you right now and say that I can't do this because it's only going to hurt you in the long run, and I don't want to put on a show for you and ultimately hurt you when you could be out there spending your time looking for someone more for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a really good approach. Wise words.
They're rare, trust me.
Yeah, I think we nailed that one pretty succinctly. Let's hop into the next question that we've gotten through Twitch. Okay, we're doing good on time. Good on time. I met a girl through League a few months ago, writes our caller.
League of Legends.
League of Legends. League of Legends. And the more we interact, the more I realize that I have a huge crush on her. We share a lot of common interests and are both taking AP classes, and we'll be moving on to college once we graduate. There are a couple of big issues that I'm having, though. The primary being this: she lives in New York and I live in Ohio. That's a big problem. Those are kind of far apart, I think. My geography is terrible, but they're far apart.
Midwest, East Coast.
Yeah, they're nowhere near each other, right? Right, America? Yeah. She mentioned to me that Ohio State is one of the universities she's interested in. However, this still lands her about 2 hours away from me. I guess they're not that far away, which would make it difficult for us to meet on a regular basis, especially if we have jobs. Whenever we're doing something together, I just feel better. It's hard to explain it, but I don't feel around anyone else. I'm mostly worried that if I don't make a move now, there won't be another chance to get the girl I felt this way with in my life. I would make a move if we met in person, but I have no way of knowing if she feels the same way, as we have never met face to face and don't have webcams. So there is no body language reads, and the words are just wind. I just don't know how to approach the situation. Well, she's going to Ohio State. You're going to be in New York, 2 hours apart. Never met in person, never seen each other's faces, never had a conversation. I mean, I guess maybe mic call, Skype calls or something, but without webcams. I would caution you against pursuing this too intensely. If she's going to Ohio State University, she's going to be like, college is a big time. People go through a lot of change. They meet a lot of people. A lot of people, date a lot and kind of explore how relationships function in college. And I think, I'm not saying, how should I put this up? If she's going to be going to college and you're 2 hours away, I'm pretty sure it's not going to work out. No, it's not saying it's impossible, but like if you're already facing so many hurdles, I think that you should invest in this relationship like a friendship and cut your losses, because it's probably going to turn into, like, she'll meet someone there, they'll be spending time together in person, and you're going to be like constantly playing catch up, and that's going to be really hard. Julian?
I kind of agree and I kind of disagree, because if she plans on going to Ohio State and you live 2 hours away, that's not that bad. I've seen worse. I know people who are in worse, and it's a small amount of time to spend to get to meet someone or spend time with someone you truly care about. Now, with that said, I wouldn't put your life on hold. It sounds to me like if she's planning on going to Ohio State and if you're not planning on going to college or something like that, I would focus on you. And if you are not, like Neil said, if you want to focus on this like more of a friendship, that could blossom into something later on. because, in my opinion, the best way to approach like a girl or a significant other or someone you want to be your significant other is being friends with them first, because you have a base. You have a base to go on. If you just go straight in and start dating someone, that's a lot of the time it's very hard to keep that going. Whereas like if you have a friend, you started that from the beginning. They know a lot about you. They realize they care for you, and it's most likely going to be blossom from there. She's from New York, you're from, and like Neil said, you know, college is a place where a lot of people change. Like you're just coming out of high school. To be perfectly honest, you don't know shit about life yet, and you're going to learn a lot going into college. And I think that let me read this real quick. If you both have jobs or whatever, like you have to focus on yourself. And if you make yourself better, other people will come along in your life. And who knows, you might feel this. This isn't the first. This may be the first time, but it's not the last time you're going to feel this way about someone.
This is true.
And if you don't make a move now, it's like, don't be worried about that. Just let it come naturally. If you feel like you guys don't have webcams or anything like that, invest in a webcam. Talk to them and just be yourself. Just talk. Like I said, just talk to them. Be yourself. If they don't like you for that, and you don't trust me, you'll feel this way again. You'll feel this way again. Don't put your life on hold. 2 hours isn't that bad. Invest in a webcam.
Yes. Yes. Also, one of the schools she wants to go to was Ohio State, but she may not get in, or she may get into another one and decide, hey, actually I want to go to this other school. A lot of shit can happen. 2 hours is not that far in terms of distance. Like, 2 hours is actually not that far. Like, you can do a 2 hour commute on the weekends, no problem. But, you know, if you don't have webcams, you might probably also not have a car, and you really need in-person experience to make a relationship work. So,
yeah, 2 hours.
sucks
Like
for you, dude.
I agree that like half the chat is blowing up. Like, yo, dog, 2 hours ain't that bad. I'm sitting over here with no girlfriend. I'm alone. Like, you have someone who you like to spend time with. You like to play League with or whatever. Do the things you like together. Who knows? She might probably feel the same way about you. She might come in. You can also be honest with her and be like, listen, I feel this way about you. I really want to meet you to see if it actually blossoms in person. And if it does, it does. If it doesn't, you don't feel the same way, at least we have our friendship. And I'm fine with that. And if you're not fine with that, then you can just say, like, I'm not fine with that, and you can move on with your life, because you succeeded in life before her. You can succeed in life after. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd go with that. Alright, let's hop into some of our other questions now. Hi guys. I am best friends with this girl who I've had feelings for about a year, but I've chosen not to act on this mostly because I'm afraid what might happen to our relationship as friends, but also because she's currently involved with a guy and has been for about 2 years. Winky face. Well, that's a good reason not to get involved. If she's dating someone, yeah, good job not getting involved, buddy. The problem I want to get resolved is that I think this guy is bad for her. I've talked with her a lot about him, and from what she has told me, he sounds like the kind of person that manipulates the girl, which of course I will do anything to stop. Did we already answer this question last week? I voiced my concern with her, and at one point actually managed her to become confident enough to have a serious conversation with him where she actually told me she would end things between them. It all seemed good, but after about a month later, I found out they had got back together. She tells me things have been really great between them, but I feel like she's hiding things from me. Should I just let it go, or what should I do? I feel like I feel like it could just be me getting jealous. The good old she should be with me feeling. Okay, anonymous person. Okay, so if you're friends with someone... Alright, for now, let's ignore that you like her and want to date her and have lots of children with her. Let's ignore that fact. If you're friends with someone and you think the person they're dating is bad for them, if you're actually good friends with them, look, there's levels of friendship, but if you're really close friends, you are allowed to say, hey, how's the relationship going? If they say, oh, it's great, you're allowed 1, maybe 2, if you're really close friends, opportunities where you can come up and say, yeah, I know that's what you're saying, but I'm your friend and I'm actually concerned about you, so really, honestly, how's it going? And if they say, no, 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 it's fine, really, it's fine, you can take a step back, and then a few months later, if you're really good friends, you can do your second attempt, like, really, things still seem awkward and uncomfortable, I'm just trying to be your friend here. But only if you're really good friends. If you're not, like, really close friends, when someone says, no, everything's fine, and you keep harping on, well, hold on, is it really fine? Then you're being out of line and you're being a dick. It's wrong. So, if they're dating, and you're close, you're allowed one extra, okay, I know you said that, but really. So, if you're that close with her, then go ahead and do that. Well, actually, how close are you? How are things going? Blah, blah, blah. And if then she says, no, well, maybe they're not that great, then act from there. Or if she says, no, actually, things are going fairly well right now, then you have to stop. And if you feel the need to continue asking, well, how are things going? I don't think he's good for you, then you should really examine your motivations. Because if it's coming from you wanting to be with her, then it doesn't matter how correct you are. You're in the wrong here. Like, you need to be looking out for her sake, even if, you know what I mean? Like, you have to put your own feelings aside. If you think her boyfriend's bad for her, and you have, Julian, fix this. Fix what I'm trying to say, because I know what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying it wrong.
I think he's completely in the wrong.
Think he's in the wrong?
I know, like, you care about her, but it's very controlling to, like, kind of say those sort of things. Or, like, I think he's wrong for you. It's like, okay, cool, but you're also, like, you kind of feel for her, too, like, in a romantic way, where it's, number one, it's not your place to say. Number two, you have feelings for that, you want her to be out of a relationship so you can be with her in a relationship. So, I'll give you a time frame here, right?
Give it to us.
Like, the way, in my opinion, dating works is, like, if they dated for, like, if they said they were over a year together, she's not going to date you immediately. She might date you after, like, a year, in my opinion. Like, she might go, because you don't want to be like, oh, she dated this guy, right, and then she just wants to spend all this time with you, and, you know, what if she's, you know, starts feeling, or, you know, you guys hook up or whatever, you're just a rebound guy at that point, and you don't want that. Now, you wanting to tell her these things isn't good. Like, you can't say anything to her because you're only manipulating her. You're only doing what you're saying. He's bad for you. He's bad for you. Is to manipulate her to think he's bad for her, so you can have her. And that's exactly what he's doing. So you have to let her make her mistakes and only be there for her as a friend.
Yeah.
And if you're there for her as a friend and you show that you're compassionate, you can actually, like, be that rock, then there's two things you can either get out of it. Either she realizes this and realizes she cares for you in the same way, or two, you have a close friend, and you have something for that the rest of your life. And if you want the first one, and you're willing to give up the second one, then you can take a chance at it afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. If you like her, you're in the wrong here, buddy. You need to let her sort her shit out. Okay? Just, it sucks when the girl you like is with someone else. I think everyone has been there at some point in time. Or if she, you know, just doesn't like anyone. But you gotta not step in. Don't tell her how to live her life. You don't want to be that guy. That's even worse. So, good luck. Try and put her behind you and move on and find someone else. You may need to be like, hey, you may even want to be like, I'm sorry, I've been pushing this and blah, blah, blah. I actually like you a lot and my feelings are getting in the way of our friendship and maybe I need to take a break from you. You may want to consider that because it sounds like you're getting eaten alive here by this girl. Not by this girl, but by this girl's situation and by yourself. So I would gently recommend trying to hang out with her less and move on for yourself, for your own mental health. And I would strongly recommend not trying to get her to break up with her boyfriend because that's a terrible thing to do and you don't want to be that guy. But that's the first half of our show, guys. Unless you have anything else to add on this, Julian, but I think we covered this.
I had on that one. No, just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick.
You'll succeed in life.
You will succeed in life. Do not be a dick. That's it for the first half hour of the show. We will be back in 3 to 5 minutes. And if any of you guys have any questions, you can send them into koibu@regalgoblins.com, or you can PM me on Twitch, or you can, I guess, tweet at us or something, and we'll gather up these acorns of questions and deal with them in about 3 to 5 minutes. See you guys then. Hey everybody, and we are back for part 2 of Misclicks, where we debug your romantic entanglements or something like that. If you have any questions for us, you can send them to us at koibu@regalgoblins.com, or you can PM me on Twitch. So we could use a couple more questions to get through the night. Let's hop on to the next one. Alright, this one I think is right up your alley, Julian. How should I go about becoming friends with benefits with a female friend who I was once close with and almost dated, actually, but we had a terrible fallout where I was the angry one? I just recently started talking to her again, and I apologize for my past actions, but I really just want to be friends with benefits. So what is your best advice to achieve this goal so we're both happy with it? Or am I just being selfish?
You're being selfish. If you're gonna pursue a girl just to strictly have sex with her, then do everything in your power that is legal. Have sex with her. Like, the best way to do it is just like hang out, right? It's just like hang out, and it'll happen. It'll happen if it happens, right? The other way is just being straightforward with it, be like, yo, you want to bang? I mean, that's like be straightforward. Like, personally, like as far as I don't know, the girls that I go after really like straightforward people, and I'm really straightforward. So that's what I would walk up to her and be like, yo, listen, I kind of like, I think you're hot. Like, if you think I'm hot or you think this is happening, then I think we should take care of this. You know what I'm saying? Take her out to a bar, drink with her, get to know her more, and then.
What if they're not 21?
If they're not 21.
Or whatever the legal drinking age is.
Yeah, wherever legal drink. What do people under 21 do?
I don't know. What do you
go to a center?
Like Pokemon?
Yeah, exactly.
Play video games.
Take her to Jamba Juice. Yes. That's a good one.
Oh man.
I don't know. I would be straightforward with her.
Yeah, if you almost dated, but then you were a dick. You said I was the angry one, but I'm just going to rephrase it as a dick because it flows better. So you were a dick to her, and you guys had a falling out. And recently you started talking again, and you're like, wow, I really want to be friends with benefits, which usually translates to I want to, have casual sex with my friend here, but I'm not sure how to do it. You got to feel it out, see where she is in the relationship. If she's kind of like, oh yeah, just getting to know you again, this is kind of awkward, then don't say anything. You're going to kill yourself. Like, if she's just kind of, yeah, we can hang out again, let's try this. And you're like, hey babe, do you want to have some coitus with me? She's going to get freaked out. So don't do that. But if you guys are hanging out and having like a good time and you feel like there is, there's some sort of chemistry there, then you can make whatever move that you do, but in a way that's like, we really should just be friends and let's go doink on my couch or whatever, But you definitely need to get a solid feel for the situation before you approach. And I do not recommend using the pickup line, let's go doink on my couch. That's probably not going to work. And if it does, then you want to actually date this girl because she's pretty cool. That's my analysis of the situation.
It's like, yo, baby, let's get some coitus on.
Let's get my coitus on. Yeah. And chat just goes doink, doink.
Let's all go doink on my couch.
Yeah. Don't use that line, guys. You can use, you want to go back to my place and roll for initiative? That's a good one.
Or if you do use the let's go doink on my couch and it succeeds, please write us back here.
Oh my god, yes. If that works, tell me. Tell me if that works. I don't know, what other good pickup... What other league pickup lines do you have?
I don't have league pickup... What? Oh, are you talking about like...
Yeah, expand to your natural, or, Nidus worm into your whatever, or I want to inject larva. What sort of like league-related pickup lines would you have?
Dunk you.
There's no first hitting or last hitting or anything like that.
Well, I mean, I guess like.
What could you do with league?
Could you say that? Like, if you wanted to marry a girl, you could be like, I want you to be my last hit or something like that.
I don't know. It sounds kind of like a gold digger at that point.
Yeah, I don't know if like I've ever.
I want to dive your tower.
Dive your tower would be one. That's a good one.
Come gank my lame anytime.
I want you to play my Baron Nectar.
Oh, I want to roam in your jungle.
That's a good one. I want to roam your jungle. Well, not really. I think that's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
I like I want to slay your Baron Nashor.
All right. Okay. Let's get back to for realsies now. So good luck, person who wants to be friends with benefits.
Yeah,
Good
I
luck,
think the friends with benefits thing. Like, I don't know. I think if you're already thinking about like being friends with benefits with someone, couldn't you just do that in general, like with anybody? Like, why does it have to be this girl?
I don't know. Maybe she's the one that he likes. Maybe she's like really attractive or fun, or maybe they. I don't know. Like you can have
It
people
keeps
who you
comfort.
want to be friends with. I mean, I've never been in that situation with someone who I wasn't intimate with in the past. You know, like I've never just been like, oh hey, random friend of mine, let's just start boning. Like that doesn't.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. You gotta have to have like some existing chemistry.
For that, yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
Friends with benefits isn't always the greatest thing to do either. It's just like not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if that's what you want to do, man, that's what you want to do. Or she's the one who wants to do.
Yeah. It always gets a little dicey towards the end. I shouldn't say always, but can. Alright, next question. Hey Neil and Julian. One of my friends had a girlfriend for about 4 years. Because me and her were hanging out a lot, and while she was dating him, we actually got quite close as friends. Anyway, long story short, me and a group of my friends had a huge falling out, and we don't speak anymore. A few weeks after falling out, he broke up with her, and about a month or two later, she seemed to be interested in a relationship with me. I have no idea what to do. I'm attracted to her, and we are good friends, but I don't know whether a relationship like this is doomed to fail. Is this relationship able to work out? Are there any things I should watch out for in order to make it work? You already have a falling out with your friends. She has a falling out with them, or he fell out with her. She is open season. There is no you. The bro code says you are clear to move, sir. Go, go, go. Julian?
Yes, 100%. If you had a falling out and she's no longer with them or him, and she wants to date you, there's two scenarios here that I see. There's one where she's a spiteful bitch and she's trying to get back at him,
Yeah, it'd be bad.
and then there's she actually cared for you and wants to date you, but you didn't realize that. I'm going to lean towards the better side and say that that's the reason. But I would get to know her a little bit more and the way she works, and like just getting to know her like you would with any other girl. Because I would hate for the first thing to happen. So
Yeah. So, here's like, you're no longer friends with the guy that she was dating. You guys are anti-friends now, right? So if you try and make a move on this girl, you are forever burning that bridge with that guy. Okay, just know that. Like if that bridge is burned, go for it. If it's, badly damaged but possibly salvageable by attempting to date this girl, you will burn that bridge. You are in the clear to do it, morally, in my opinion, and I would say that your chances for success are decently high because you are both now lost this group of friends, but you still have your friendship, and your friendship was never damaged by that. So you have somewhat of a stronger connection already because you're like, oh yeah, we used to be friends with those people, but now those people, like we've had falling outs with those people, and they're dicks. Yeah, and now you both kind of have this like wounded thing that you can bond over a little bit. So I actually think there's great potential here, but know that you will forever be losing friendship with all those people, or anyone who remains friends with the person who you had a falling out with that she was dating.
yeah, I think that's a good point to bring up. Is like if you really feel like you can be friends with this person again, then I would be wary of it. But at the same time, is if hypothetically speaking, if this relationship, if like you decide to date her and it doesn't work out, then at least you'll have them. You might have them later on as friends, because he won't give a shit because he realizes she's a stupid bitch. He won't realize that she's a stupid bitch because you have that wrong.
Last part of the question was, are there any things I should watch out for in order to make it work? What should you watch out for if you're in that sort of situation?
I would watch out for yourself. Like, watch your heart. Like, don't reveal it. Like, don't reveal your emotions too quickly. Stay a little bit guarded. until like you can kind of and until you feel that way. Because right now it sounds like you're not feeling the greatest about this because you're already having like questions about it or something along those lines. It doesn't sound like you're 100% invested. And I think that if that's the case, that you want to test it, I would guard yourself because I would hate, like I said before, I would hate to see the person you go through.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. Remember, please, you can send in your questions to koiba@regalgoblins.com or PM me on Twitch or Twitter or whatever. So, I have a question for you guys to give your opinion on. Great. That is actually what this show is about, so I'm glad you have a question for us to give our opinions on.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, man. You did part one, is done right. So, I have a friend who's streaming on Twitch. He's splitting up with his wife. They're splitting up because his so-called friend trying to get with his wife, because of his so-called friend trying to get with his wife behind his back. Nothing happens between the friend and his wife, but he finds out, and down the line, about 5 months from when he originally found out about what's going on behind his back, and now his so-called friend is moving in with his ex, but there are kids involved. This guy's 21 and she's 28. What would you do if you were my friend? Okay. That was kind of hard to follow.
Yeah, who's with who?
Alright, so it sounds like the caller has a friend, and his friend was married to this woman, but the friend had a friend who was hitting on the girl, right? And so the friend in quotes here, we're going to give these guys names. Caller doesn't matter right now, okay? So we got Tom. Tom is dating Susie, and Tom's friend Barnabas was hitting on Susie. So we got Barnabas hitting on Susie, and Tom, the streamer, married with Susie, and they have a couple of kids. Tom finds out about Barnabas sitting on Susie, and 5 months down the line, he's like, fuck it, I'm out. And he leaves. And now Barnabas is like, oh, you guys are broken up now after 5 months after I tried to make a move but didn't really get anywhere. Well, now why don't you... And then, so Barnabas and Susie move in, but now there's kids. Susie's 28, and I think Barnabas is 21. I have no idea how old Tom is, and caller is probably either Tom or Barnabas in this situation, but trying to hide it, which is legit. I respect that. So what would you do if you were Tom? Well, you break up with your wife, right? You already did, right?
Yes. Right?
You guys are. You said they're exes, so they're already split up. Well, Tom, now you are divorced or separated. You got kids. You do what any man in the situation does. You put the kids first, and your relationship with your ex-wife becomes about the kids. You do not try to repair the relationship. You do not try and get yourself involved in any of her relationships. Your relationship is now solely about the kids because the kids are the most important thing in your life. And if you prioritize anything above the children, you are a bad human being.
Yes.
Yeah, so just play nice. Make things work with your ex-wife. Make them be civil. Don't worry about who she's dating or what she's doing unless it's actually harming the kids. If you're just kind of grumpy about it, you're like, fucking Barnabas, I don't want you guys to get together. Chill out. That's not your priority anymore. You got a new priority. If you guys aren't actually fully divorced, I don't know. There sounds like there's so much going on here that we don't know about. Like, just because Barnabas tried to get with Susie doesn't mean that you have to break with Susie. But apparently you did, so maybe there was something else going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that putting your kids first is obviously the right choice. If you don't put your kids first, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And like, all right, so like, did it specify what the reason for the breakup was?
Nope.
Was she cheating on him?
It doesn't say. Actually, it sounds like she wasn't.
So like,
yeah, the Barnabas was trying to get with the wife behind Tom's back,
okay,
but nothing happened between Barnabas and Tom. Or Susie.
Until...
God knows what happened between Barnabas and Tom.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they broke up. Maybe Barnabas and Tom were actually... Sorry.
I was like, where's this fucking D&D shit coming on? And they're like, tell me. Bring me aboard. I agree that... Alright, so since we don't know the reason for what happened, I would say that Um, Barnabas is obviously in the wrong, and so is Susie, according to this story. Unless if Tom is the reason why, like if he was cheating on someone, and what should he do? He should not be a dick. He should put his kids before him because he's destroying the family. Now, if she's the one destroying the family, then you look like the same, right? Because you are doing nothing but focusing on your kids. So focus on your kids and spend as much time with them as you possibly can. And if you feel like a divorce is imminent and you're going to have to go through it, it's going to be tough on them, but you have to make it as easy as possible for them. Because children of divorce are like it sucks. Like I know I have so many friends who are children of divorce, and like they tell me these stories about how they went through all these like horrible things, and like I would hate to see, like me if I was in that situation, I would hate to see my children go through that. So you have to make it easy on them, like make it as easy as you possibly can. And if you don't do that, then you're a dick.
Yeah. Yep. He's got it right. That's what Tom and Barnabas should be doing. Why you are asking about them, that's fine, whatever. My real question is, do you think the caller is Tom, or do you think the caller is Barnabas?
I'm gonna. Oh man. I think. What if it's Barnabas? If it was Barnabas and it was like, he was like, "Yo, what's this guy gonna do next? Like, what's this guy gonna do next?" I'm trying
Next
to
level meta, trying to like read ahead.
Trying to meta us right now.
Maybe.
He's diving so deep that he's with me.
Okay, let's hop into our next question. Hi, Neil and Julian. How are you guys doing this afternoon? Hi, caller. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Julian?
I'm okay. Sucks that I'm with Neil, though.
I recently met a girl playing StarCraft. She's in the Bronze League and I'm in Silver League, and we met while I was trying to help her get better at playing StarCraft. I've kind of fallen for her when we've been laddering online, and we've been talking a little bit, but I'm not sure what to do. Help. Well, she's in Bronze League in StarCraft, sounds
Do you
like.
really want to date that? I mean, do you really want to date a Bronze Leaguer?
You know, there's nothing... Everyone's got to start somewhere. I don't think there's any problem dating a Bronze Leaguer as long as you can bring her up and make her better. You know? If you have nothing... If you were, like, also Bronze, it'd be kind of cute because then you're both terrible together, but you're Silver, so you have an obligation once you start dating to bring her up to at least Silver. That's how I feel about these things. Also, another important question here is, what race does she play? Because if she's, you know, Zerg or Protoss, then you're wasting your time. Like,
That's what I'm saying. If
I
she
mean,
ain't
unless
Terran,
she's Scarlet
yeah,
or something, but, you know, Scarlet's not a Bronze Leaguer. There's no point in dating a Bronze League Zerg or Protoss player. Terran, yeah, you can go for Terran, that's fine.
Yeah. What if her name was Terran?
If her name was Terra or Terran?
Oh, her name was Terran, and she played Terran.
Well, Terran would be a really weird name for a person, especially a girl. It's more of a masculine name.
I dated a girl named Terran.
No, you didn't. You never dated a
Swear to
girl named
God,
Terran.
it wasn't spelled like Terran, but it was Teryn.
Terrene?
Not even kidding. Terran.
It wasn't like even Terrene, it was Terran.
Terran.
Dude, where is this
someone
girl?
name their kid Terran?
Why did you not introduce her to someone that plays StarCraft? You were
hated
holding
to
out
do.
on the entire
That's
esports
why we're not
community.
together.
You were holding out on the entire esports community, Julian.
Yep. Sorry.
It's alright. Anyway, what help? Help is the question here. Well, caller, I think we kind of already did a very similar question earlier in the show, but let's hit this again. You gotta see if she feels the same way. You can kind of do like the online dating, flirting thingy. That works. It usually works in older couples who, you know, they've been around the block before. They're a little bit more patient, and they need the emotional connection a little bit more. They don't they don't have a high sex drive. They're in their 40s or 50s, and they're just kind of like looking for that companionship. It's a lot easier to do online dating stuff when you're older. But I'm assuming you're young because there's no reason anyone that's over 15 should ever be in Bronze League, unless you just started. But if you've been playing for more than a month, you should be out of Bronze and Silver into Gold, like me.
Just play League, dude.
Or you could play League. Definitely not Dota though. That game's the worst. Right?
Yes. By obligation of contract, yes. So he wants to know how to make a move on this girl, or what?
Yeah, I guess. How do you make a move on her? Just talk to her, hang out with her, socialize with her. If you use Skype to call while you play, so you're like, oh no, you should do this, you should do that. And then if you get the impression from her that she likes you, you can segue it into having conversations outside of StarCraft. You can then occasionally just talk to each other, and then you can kind of get that feeling that, oh, this is going to turn into something else, and then you can slowly start walking around the relationship topic. I mean, that's my approach to relationships is I would always prefer to be friends with a person before I date them. I don't want to jump into a date, dating people. That's not how I like doing things. I like to know the person beforehand. So that's what I would do, is I would get to know them, really get to be friends with them, and have them be friends with you. And I prefer situations where both people really like each other and then only end up getting together because they're both so pig-headed, after a while, because neither of them ever make a move. That's always been my situation, is everyone's too embarrassed to make a move until no one can hold it back any further, and then you're in a relationship. That's my approach. I recommend it. I think it's good. If you can't wait that long, at least talk to her a bunch outside of the game and build up that friendship to the point where you feel that you can successfully hi, I really like you, although I don't know I guess what I'm trying to say is that classifying the relationship as boyfriend-girlfriend while you're long distance is not that useful. But
it's again, an MU, dude. It's a mutual understanding.
Yeah.
That's playing twos together wouldn't be a bad way to as long as you're not a rager, you should be fine. If you just play twos and you're just playing it for fun, you can be if you watch what she's doing and she's whatever race she's playing, well, you should have expanded at this, or you got supply blocked this many times, or work on this. You could be helping with her, and if she's oh, don't teach me, just play with her, have fun, get to know her.
I think that's good. We actually just got a message from our previous caller saying, I'm definitely not Tom or Barnabas. Lol, it's definitely legit about my friend. Or he said defo legit about my friend. Defo legit.
Defo legit.
It's defo legit, guys.
LoveBytes, new t-shirts, defo legit.
Defo legit. Alright. Last question of the night. Neil. I think you meant to say yo or something, but you forgot the previous letter. Because it's the lowercase o and then a capital Neil, so I think there's a yo missing. Anyway, I have this friend that I've known for years. Over the past year, we've been spending a lot of free time together and slowly growing closer. There's been a lot of flirting both ways recently, and this feels like how I typically start a relationship. The problem is she recently started playing League. I don't know if I can truly respect anyone that plays such an inferior game. Should I hold out for a girl that knows how to much better StarCraft 2? Is this or just settle for a loveless relationship? Should I hold out for a girl that knows how much better StarCraft 2 is or just settle for a loveless relationship? Caller.
She plays League?
She plays League, and he's saying that he can't date a League player.
What's her name?
The answer is live a loveless relationship and send Julian her League contact information. That's the correct answer to this question.
No, if you feel like it's a loveless relationship, what's the point? Now, if you're just trolling me,
I think we're just getting trolled here.
Yeah, we're getting trolled.
But you know what? Let's treat it like a real question. You're a fucking jackass. What the hell's wrong with you? You like her because she plays the wrong video game? What an elitist bastard. You deserve to burn in hell for all eternity for being She plays this game. I can't even deal with that. Ugh. You are nothing but the like crappy ass valley girl who is so shallow that's like, oh, he has the wrong type of car. I can't date him. That's exactly what you are. You are the this stuck up bitchy valley girl of esports. Bad person. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Reach. Yeah, you're an asshole.
Yeah, that's the answer. She doesn't deserve you. Oh my god, we just have a giant question. We only have like a couple minutes left. But we have this really big... Do you want to run over... Are you okay going overtime a little bit, Julian?
Not care.
Do you not care? Alright, let's do it. Last one. Big question. Lots of text. I have been dating a girl until recently. Good. About 3 weeks ago, when everything was still fine, she suddenly broke all contact for no obvious reason. This pretty much changed me into a horrible mess since I don't know why this was happening and really wondering if I'm ever going to see her again. These weeks include many ways to try and contact her, which all failed horribly and made me feel even worse. 2 days ago, she finally got in touch with me, and we met to talk up. She explained that what was going on. Turns out she had been having problems with her family and pretty much started living with her aunt, working all the time, and broke contact with all of her friends, telling no one what was going on. She realized how much this hurts people by doing this and how much she hurts me. Because she doesn't know how she stands with herself and what to think about anything at the moment, she decided to end it because she doesn't want to hurt me anymore by ignoring me, etc. If she doesn't want to be with me, there is no way I can force her, so I understand. However, I love her. I told her that I'll wait since even though she doesn't know what to do at the moment, I do. I know that for the next 1 to 2 years, I'll probably not be able to feel the way I do about her for another girl, not be able to feel the way I do about her for another girl even remotely closely. I am fully aware that there is even a big chance that I will probably never hear from her again, or maybe only once or twice a year. That she'll probably never feel the same way I do. The biggest problem about not being able to let go of her is the fact that she never said she didn't like me. Now here's my question. How crazy am I? Thank you for your time. You are sincerely name that I'm censoring out. Alright. Guy likes girl. Girl has family problem, moves in with her aunt, cuts contact with everyone. Guy and girl basically break up. Girl's kind of a bitch about it because she doesn't tell him what's going on, just leaves him hanging for a couple of weeks. It's a bitch move. Guy is still head over heels for girl, is willing to wait, and is feeling horribly heartbroken about the situation, doesn't know what to do. I think, is that the gist of it? I think that's the gist of it.
Good. Long ass story, man. Jesus.
I've been in something similar to that once.
All right, Neil. Preach.
The next few weeks or months of your life are going to be awful and shitty. Expect it. Deal with it. You have to get away from this girl. She is bad for you. If she really liked you when you were dating, she wouldn't break off contact with you completely, would not say anything. That is a terrible thing to do to someone. You should never stand for that. It doesn't matter. Like that's not okay. I know you like her, but she's bad and bad for you. She may not be a bad person, but she's done bad things, and this is a toxic situation. You should try and save yourself and not worry too much about her. I would accept the breaking off of contact and just try and move on with your life and remember the fun parts and, be sad about the sad parts, but don't, you need to get past this. You should break off contact with her as well and go about your life as normally. It will hurt, it will suffer, it will sting. You're not crazy. I've done crazier things for girls in the past, stories that I will not tell you guys, but just don't worry about it, dude. You're going to suffer and it's going to hurt, but you'll be okay in the end. Just move on to another person. Julian?
Yeah, I think that... I can't... Why would someone ever that cares about you or you care about just, bail on you for a while? Like, oh, everything's fine. Yeah, let me go 2 weeks without talking to you real quick. Oh, yeah, it's because I didn't want to hurt you. So in return of not hurting you, I'm going to hurt you. And that doesn't make sense to me. It sounds like she just went through it, and if you were closer to her, and if she felt comfortable with you, she would have immediately said something to you. She would have been like, I'm having problems with my family, and shit is going down. I'm moving in with my aunt. She would tell you everything because you were basically, if you're dating her and you're a boyfriend or any sort of thing like that, you're her rock. You're the reason why she's around, right? She will tell you everything. And it's the same thing, like, and if she's not doing that, and she's obviously not comfortable with you, and you should do what Neil said and move on. Let her like live her life. And if you feel like and like Neil said, with like she's not talking to you, like that's just a bitch move. Like you don't know how to work your own relationship. Like, is that something you're gonna want to have to deal with? I don't think so. I would cut your losses, and if it happens later on and you feel like you can do this again with her, then it'll happen. If not, then move on with your life and keep living your life, because the last thing you need is just to stop up.
Done. Well done.
And I have the answer for Gilbert. Leave the chat.
Oh, wow, that was bad. Thank you guys for watching this episode of LoveByte. We got a few more questions, but we won't be able to answer them this week. Come back in 2 weeks for the next episode of LoveBytes. That is going to be on Thursday, the 19th of December. We'll have a LoveBytes episode for you there. Next Thursday is going to be one-shots, and if you stick around after this episode, you'll hear about how to get into that next one-shots. Julian? You got any shout-outs you want to... You do a league thing, right? You might have a team you want to talk about or a sponsor you want to thank. What is that? You have all this green shit on. What the hell is that? What's all the green?
I believe it's a Razer. This is a Razer Kraken Pro. You can find it on razorzone.com/store. And for real though, you can follow me on Twitter at Julian R. Collins. I manage XD.GG League of Legends, which is former Vulcan. You can follow us on Twitter at XDG_gaming. On Facebook at facebook.com/XDGgaming. We play Battle of the Atlantic in Manhattan Beach on the 21st. We play against Gambit Gaming. Make sure to tune into that. If you are in the area, they are on sale at lolesports.com. I want to thank all of our sponsors, including Law Class, Razer, iBuyPower, Tech Bargains, PWR Clothing, and everybody else who watches stream. Thank you for tuning in. It was fun.
I'll be sticking around and doing some more Baldur's Gate after this, and I think we're probably just going to stream until sometime on Sunday. Impromptu marathon stream. Let's do it.
God.
Impromptu marathon stream. Let's just stream until Sunday.
Give him money.
What? Yeah, what he said. All right, guys. We'll see you back. Stream's going down. It'll come back up in a bit. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Love you all. See you later.